Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 4 of the Learn to Crochet series. In this lesson we're going to learn how to crochet a fun pencil case. In kit number 4 you should have your pattern for the pencil case, and again I'll have this written up in the description box below. You also get 3 skeins of yarn, this time in various colors. I'm going to start out with my dark purple yarn. We're going to start at the bottom of the case and work our way up. We're going to use up almost completely all 3 skeins of yarn. So let's start by creating our slip knot. I've showed you this in previous videos. I bet you have this down by now. We're going to attach this to our crochet hook and get started. We're going to start out with some chains. And I'm sure you're an expert at this by now, but we are going to chain 30 to begin with. Take your time and try to make them as even as possible. You don't want them too tight or too loose. While we're chaining, I want to remind you about all of the wonderful programs going on now at the Lakevilla District Library. You can check out our calendar of events at www.lvdl.org. And we still have our take and makes going on. We have a new one available each week. So here it is, all done, 30 chains. Next, we're going to single crochet in each and every one of these chains. So we're going to start off with another chain. This is called our turning chain. This will enable us to go back into each of the 30 stitches with a single crochet. Okay, so push your hook through chain number 30 and bring up a loop. You now have 2 loops on your crochet hook. So grab another loop and pull it through the 2 loops on your hook. And that is our single crochet. Let's do that again. Pull up a loop, pull it through the chain, wrap it around, grab another loop, and pull it through the 2 loops on your hook. Very simple. We're going to repeat this down the whole string of chains. Okay, I'm going to jump ahead here to the end for the sake of time, but you can pause this video if you need to and work on your single crochets. So here is our work so far. We're going to repeat this last row 8 more times. We're going to have 10 rows of single crochet. Okay, to turn, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then you can go right back into the last single crochet that you made. And then you're just going to continue on down this row. You can count them out if you'd like to make sure you have 30 each time. I find that helpful. And here is 10 rows of single crochet work. I'm just going to go into my very last single crochet. And now we are going to change the color of the yarn. So we're going to cut off our tail. This little bit of yarn here is all I have left of the skein. I'll just put that aside. And then you're going to wrap the tail around your crochet hook and pull it through the loop, all the way through the loop. And then give it a little tug to tighten the knot. I put a slip knot on my crochet hook with my second color, and I'm going to go into the last single crochet that I made. Yarn over and pull it through the loop. I now have 2 loops on my hook, and I'll yarn over and pull the loop through both of those. So that's just attaching it with another single crochet. And we're going to continue on down this row with single crochets in each single crochet. But this is an easy way of attaching your second color. Now let's speed this up until we get to the last single crochet of this first row. It's really fun to be able to add new colors to your work. So this is something fun to learn. Okay, we're almost up to the last stitch. And we're going to repeat this step 9 more times. So you're going to have another 10 rows of single crochet. Let's turn our work by doing a chain 1 and then turning it in your hands. Now you can continue on with your 30 single crochets. Okay, here is our very last single crochet of these 10 rows. Now we're going to change the color again. So let's cut our tail. Here is what's left of our skein. And then you're going to yarn over and pull the tail through your last loop and give it a tug. Okay, you should have your third color attached to your crochet hook with a slip knot. And again, we're just going to single crochet into the last single crochet we created. And continue on down this row. You should still have 30 stitches across. And this time we are going to stop after we complete row 5 of our single crochets with this third color. When you get to row 5, you're going to continue on with your single crochets, but you're not going to crochet across the whole 30 stitches. You're going to stop when you get to 15. This is going to create the higher edge behind our pencil case. And we're going to crochet 5 rows of our 15 single crochet stitches. Okay, here is single crochet 15 of our first row of 15. We're going to chain 1 to turn. And we're right in the middle of the row here, but that's okay. And then we're going to crochet another 4 rows of 15 single crochets. Okay, this is what the pencil case should look like so far. Again, one of the sides is going to be 5 rows taller than the rest of the work. But this is the point where you're going to want to weave in all of your ends. So I'm going to cut my tail with my last color of yarn and pull it through. Give it a tug to tighten it. And now I'm going to weave in my tails. You can weave in your tails at any point. Some people like to do this right after they have a tail just to get it out of the way. But I left mine for last, and I'm just going to randomly weave them through the stitches. You don't have to weave in your whole tail, but then just trim it off, and this will keep your work from unraveling. And here it is without any tails. Now we're going to fold it over, and now we can start crocheting our work together. So I'm starting at the tall edge. Push your yarn through the stitch, pull up a loop, and then pull it through the loop on your hook. This is called a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 1. We're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches down the side of our work. And this should bring you to the point where the 2 pieces connect. So let's make sure our work is evenly folded over and all of the rows line up. Now we're going to push our yarn through both the front and the back of the pencil case. We're going to single crochet them together. This step can be a little tricky, but just make sure your rows are lined up and do the best you can. You're just going to go in the side of each row with a single crochet. And this kind of smoothens out the edge of your work. I have 1 more single crochet in my teal yarn. I'm making sure that the stripes are aligned. I'll single crochet at the edge again, and now I can go into my purple stripes. Just try to go in the edge of each row with a single crochet. You're going to do this all the way to the corner. Just take your time with this and remember to make sure your work is aligned. So I stop after every single crochet just to make sure that my rows are aligned. So here we are at the corner. We're going to single crochet in the last row, and then we're going to go in the same stitch 2 more times. So the 3 stitches in the corner helps us to turn the corner without pulling our work or making it look funny. And now we're going to single crochet across the bottom of our pencil case, and this is easier because you can really see the stitches along the bottom. And you're just going to single crochet in each and every stitch. Okay, I'm going to jump ahead to our very last crochet stitch. And our next step is going to be to cut off our tail. But here is the pouch so far. So we're going to pull our tail through our last loop all the way through, give it a tug. Now we're going to connect the yarn with a slip stitch at the very top of our edge. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to single crochet into the next 5 stitches. This is going to build the edge of our pencil case so that it will fit nicely in your binder. The stitches are going to be a lot easier to see now that you've crocheted along this edge. So here's crochet stitch number 4 and number 5. And now we're going to chain 1. And we're going to skip a stitch. So the next stitch in line is right here, but we're going to skip that and move into the next one with a single crochet. And then we're going to continue single crocheting in each stitch down the edge of our pouch until you get to your last 4 stitches on this edge. So let me jump ahead. Okay, now I have 4 stitches left on my pouch, and I'm going to chain 1. We're going to skip a stitch again. We're going to skip this stitch right here and go into the next one. And we're going to single crochet in that and the last 2 stitches. And there is the last one. Now let's turn our work, and you can chain 1 first or turn first. It doesn't matter, but I'll turn it here and then I'll chain 1. And this is just our turning chain so that we can go right into the last stitch that we crocheted. And we're going to single crochet up the side of this pouch again. Again, this just builds the edge so that it can connect to your binder really nicely. Here is the last single crochet of this row, and then we're going to turn our work and chain 1. And then we're going to crochet down the edge one more time. So go into your very last single crochet and single crochet over it, and single crochet in each and every stitch down the side one last time. And here is our very last single crochet. And now we can cut a tail. This is what's left over of our teal skein, well, not very much. Wrap your hook around the tail and pull it through your loop and give it a tug. I'm going to weave in all of the tails now. And here is the finished pencil case. Let's attach this to our binder. We got to find the 2 holes that we skipped in the first row that we created down the side of our pouch, and if you pull the side, you can kind of see where they are. We're going to attach these to the rings in our binder. To get the pouch to lay flat like this, I ironed it, and if you're going to iron your work, just make sure that you don't put it on too hot of a setting or it will burn your yarn. But this really helped to get the pencil case to lay flat. And now you can add all of your pencils or rulers or scissors or whatever you want to put in your pencil case inside your binder. I hope you all enjoyed the different projects we created in this series, and I hope you'll all keep on crocheting. Thanks for crocheting along with me. Bye!